I am Steven Wener of Whissel Realty, filling in for our normal host, Kyle Whissel, and we are with a very special guest this evening, right? From First Citizens Bank, drumroll please, we have Penny Duane. Hi, Penny.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Oh, there's the drummer.
Slow on the drum roll.
Yeah,
Sorry, see?
yeah.
I don't have a mic.
Yeah, he was running away. Well, we've got some incredible professionals in the room today, and everybody, in a sense, can feed off one another for what we all do, for having a tax professional with Jeff, having Ty as a family CFO and bringing incredible value to wealth. And now we have where you can get money if you're looking to do commercial work or other things like that. If you want to express what First Citizens Bank really likes to dive into, what is the niche that your particular institution likes to work in?
Great. Well, I'd first like to mention that a lot of you may not have heard of First Citizens Bank.
Mm-hmm.
We're a family-owned, publicly traded company that's been around for over 100 years.
Wow.
We've got branches in over 21 states and over 500 branch locations. So
Wow.
It's a fantastic company that is run primarily by the family. And really, we're a small business bank. And our niche really is the medical profession, dentists, and veterinarians. Of course, any consumer can bank with us. We have consumer products as well. But what really sets us apart that, and you hear this a lot too, we really are a relationship bank.
Sure.
And it isn't like, okay, we want to do the loan for $1 million. We really want to be like your one point of contact relationship banker.
Okay. And it's really interesting that you're that big incognito, right? You've got 500 locations. That's amazing. And a lot of people may not know about you, but then you went into specialties, right? Doctors, veterinarians, things of that nature. How are you attracting those types of people? How are you finding that niche?
The majority of our business comes from word of mouth referrals from our existing clients. I mean, we have dedicated healthcare lending specialists. We've got people lenders that focus primarily on veterinarians. So
Okay.
It's not just, this is a deal like everything else. They're specialized for those specific industries.
So would you say that those people are generally coming to you when they want to open a location and they want to buy any of the goods and materials that they need and the big capital costs that are there?
An ideal client would be, say, a doctor or a veterinarian or a dentist that would want to buy into a practice,
Mm-hmm.
buy a practice, purchase a new building, refinance an existing commercial building. I mean, we've got some of the best rates in town. And like I said, we have the lending specialists to serve the needs.
And that's really unique, Penny, because it's so hard for doctors that when they're wanting to buy into a profession, they just got out of medical school, they want to start their own profession, maybe just got out of residency, and nobody wants to give them a loan in the traditional bank. You can't go to Wells Fargo, can't go to some of the big banks. Probably shouldn't even say that, you might get in trouble, right? So that's from Jason, right? You can't go to any of the big banks. Let's leave it at that. And but you guys specialize in that, so that's very unique.
And
So why is that? Some of the family, is that just one of their niches, what they liked? Can you tell us about that?
The family that owns the bank, the holdings, they're very much dedicated to, again, the relationship piece. And as far as the healthcare lending to healthcare specialists or veterinarians or dentists, the lenders understand that it's not like a normal, say, business has been around forever that I want to get an equipment loan, so on and so forth. There's a lot of complicated tax returns, financial statements that have to be analyzed and reviews, which a lot of the bankers, I'll be very honest with you out there, just don't understand. But at First Citizens, that's our specialty, and we're very good at what we do.
Yeah, because bankers nowadays don't have the training like we had, 20 years ago. Like
Exactly.
20 years ago, you were a true trained banker. You knew tax returns. Not as good as Jeff, but you knew Jeff. You knew him pretty good. And Jeff taught us the class so that we
Right.
could analyze tax returns and know what we're looking at. Nowadays, they just seem to hire salespeople, right? Somebody that say, yes, we can do it. Yep, bring us your loan app.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week or 2 weeks goes by and you find out there's no way they could do the loan. They just wasted your time.
Absolutely.
So-
What we do at First Citizens is we'll kind of pre-flight it. We're not going to submit a package just to throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. It's like, okay, we're going to analyze the tax returns, the profit and loss, balance sheet, that type of thing, to see if this is something that we really can do that will really help the client. If we can't, we give them recommendations, come back and see us in 6 to 12 months. You need to clean up your receivables. You need to work on this, X, Y, and Z, and we can help you possibly in the future. So we're kind of like, I don't want to say a financial advisor, but we're helping the client help structure the
The deal to make it look
to make
good,
the deal
right? It's got to make it look good. Your underwriters into the team, and it's got to hold water. So that's neat. Again, you're listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170. The Answer, and currently right now we're interviewing Penny, and Penny works at First Citizens Bank. Penny, how do I pronounce your last name? I always mess it up.
Duane, just like the boy's name.
Duane. All right, so it should be simple, but Mr. Hall can't make anything simple. So.
I got it. I did it.
Well, you're good, Steve, right? That's why you're the top sales guy over at Whissel, right? I'm just a mortgage guy. All right, Penny, for those of us who may be just looking for a personal banker, what's unique about Penny and First Citizens when, like for instance, yesterday I had a big reimbursement check and I was at the bank and, they're looking at it and, it's in a branch in a bank that I don't normally visit. I don't have a lot of money in that particular branch because I literally just run my branch reimbursements. And so when you deposit a large check, they typically want to put a hold. The good news is I have a personal banker. So I just say, hey, call this branch, ask for this person. They're like, oh, way over there. I'm like, yeah, they've known me 20 years. But can you talk about the importance of personal banking and what Penny does there at First Citizens?
Oh, absolutely. And what makes Penny so different and so special, Penny's been in banking for quite a long time. I graduated from San Diego State with a Bachelor of Science and a major in finance, and I started with First Interstate Bank for all of you out there that remember First Interstate Bank. And I've been through so many mergers and acquisitions and built up a lot of relationships with former and current bankers. But I really understand the needs of the clients. I mean, being in banking that long, I've seen pretty much everything as far as the applications, the packages, what works best for this type of client versus what may not work best for this one, just as like Jeff was mentioning. One size doesn't fit all in banking. And I really have the understanding to grasp that and really do what's best for the client. I would never try to put somebody in a product or service or a loan that wasn't what's best for them. So
sounds great. I appreciate that, Penny. Again, Whissel Wednesdays. If you want to get a hold of us or any one of our guests, you can text us. This goes directly to Mr. Kyle Whissel, 619-663-7355, 619-663-7355. Jeff, any questions or things you can think of for Penny?
No, one thing though, I just to kind of piggyback on what both Ty and Penny have been talking about. They've mentioned relationships, and I touched on a little bit too. And I think you'll find to have a good financial team, you need all people that are interested in that. I mean, I like taxes. It's interesting. I like tax law, but really the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is the relationships and the people that you get to deal with, both clients and the other professionals that you work with. And I think if you don't have, as Ty mentioned, the passion for that, you're not going to be successful and you're not going to provide the right service to your client.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we really look for when we're recommending CPAs or looking to work with an estate attorney, real estate professional, mortgage broker, is someone who does have that passion for the relationship, because we really want everyone to be on the same page or equally yoked and have the same type of accountability and same standards that we would expect from ourselves. So that's...
I think what's most exciting for me is starting out banking, say a small business, and watching them grow over the years and working with them during good times and bad, and be able to really be that solid partner that they're looking for. A lot of banks say it, and a lot of people say, oh, yeah, I'll help you, but a lot of times the banker isn't there when the client really needs it. And that's what I can honestly say about myself. I've helped a lot of small businesses here in San Diego, and it's so satisfying.
Just to tie into all of this, just again, in my world of real estate, when I work with a lender, I don't want to have to question if that lender knows what they're doing or how to approach the client. If I'm working with an escrow company, if I'm working with a home inspector, you just want to know that everybody is like-minded in a sense, but they're also really good at what they do, so that your referrals, recommendations, whatever you're trying to put together, doesn't come back to you and your client is asking, why did you put me in touch with that person? So obviously that collaboration among professionals is huge. There's a great dynamic that works when everybody knows how to manage that puzzle. But again, it's just one of those things when you're putting yourself out there as a true professional and making these recommendations, reviewing some of the tax code, putting them in touch with a great advisor for financials, and Jason reviewing, again, a tax return properly, you don't want to have to do other people's job for them, right? So that's also pivotal, I think, in being the professional that you are when you're reviewing everything, is knowing who's in their world and knowing they're doing it right.
All right, guys. So as we wrap up the show, one thing that I definitely noticed in the show, and I get from everybody here in studio, you hit it, Ty. It's relationship based here, right? Yeah. Not just a transaction. So many people just want to look for one taxes, one deal, one thing. We're looking for a relationship. That's what's unique about each one of you. I know I'm looking at Penny's card. You can reach Penny at First Citizens Bank. Her office line 858-332-3450. Jeff, what's the best number for you?
For me, it's 858-558-9200.
All right, and Ty?
858-636-7167.
All right, and if you missed any of those, you can reach Steve and I both at 619-663-7355. That goes directly to Kyle. You can text us there. You can call us. And that's what I've got, Steve. So you want to wrap us up at all here?
Absolutely. I just want to thank all of you for listening. Again, these people that are in front of you, I really wanted to express who they are more so than just the professionals that they are. And Penny, one of the passions that you'd like to share before we wrap up, because we know about what Ty is doing and what Jeff's doing, but anything you want to share about who you are more so than just working at First Citizens?
Exactly. Yeah, I've done a lot of work with junior achievement and financial literacy, and also with the food bank. So I do like giving back to the community. It is very satisfying.
And that's amazing. And these are the people that we're looking to put out to you, the listeners. Again, Steven Wener, AM 1170, The Answer.